If you think pro-Hamas, anti-Israel rallies are only protesters demonstrating support for Palestinian rights, you may want to think again. More may be afoot than opposition to the Gaza war. Well, joining us to explain is C. Van Fleet, author of the new book, Mao's America, A Survivor's Warning. See, you know Mao's communist tactics, strategies, and formulas quite well, and you lived under them. You believe his fingerprints are all over the American Cultural Revolution. So how about these pro-Hamas, anti-Semitic protests we're seeing on U.S. college campuses?
Well, I think if you pay close attention, they are the same people who are pro-BMM, and they are the same people who went out and celebrate transgender ideology, and now they are pro-terrorism. What's the underlying ideology that tied all this together? That is Marxist ideology based on oppressors and oppressed, which was what we were taught when I was in China during the Cultural Revolution. And so the world is divided into two, always, good and bad. The good ones are the oppressed. The bad ones are the oppressors. And who decide who is oppressor and who is oppressed? The government, the party. So that is an easy way for young people to just make decisions. They don't even have to do any thinking. Anything that we do to the oppressor are justified. And that include killing and raping and kidnapping and torturing. That's exactly what happened during the Cultural Revolution when the kids turned against the teachers, because the teachers, according to the party, were the bad guys. Those people who identify as transgender, they are really the victim. They're the good guys. So if you see this, it is the same thing, even though look like they are having protesting against different things. It's the same thing. It's the same cause. But I will tell Americans, the the ultimate oppressor thereafter is the United States. So that's their real goal. Their real goal is dismantle and overthrow America.
People have grown tired of the word woke and wokeism to describe this cultural influence in America. But in the chapter called Two Cultural Revolutions, you write that the Chinese word for woke is juweiwu. Tell us what that means, why woke is significant.
Yeah, woke is not something natural. It has to be taught. And you have this consciousness, this juweiwu really means consciousness. It has to be cultivated and raised. And so raise your consciousness. That's what we're taught during the Cultural Revolution. Everybody, not just school kids. So you get the right thoughts and you take the right action when you completely immersed into this ideology, which is Marxist.
You contend the tragic death of George Floyd was exploited by BLM, whose founders were admitted Marxists. You write the death of Floyd was their Vietnam War. If there had been no George Floyd, they would have invented one. Explain.
And you know what? They are looking for the next one, getting ready for 2024. They will find another one. Because their goal is to really dismantle United States of America. To them, that is capitalism. That is really the ultimate oppressor.
And you believe the overturning of Roe versus Wade is the new Vietnam War for progressives. Already it seems to be a big issue in the upcoming elections. You believe it's more about their desire to protect women's reproductive rights, or what? Is abortion being used to advance this leftist agenda?
It's any cause, and they can use to mobilize and to mobilize the masses. That's Mao's words, and to make them angry, and any cause. And right now it's abortion. And so to the Democrats, that's number one issue. But wait until 2024. They're going to find another Floyd. They're going to absolutely do another of big-scale protest and demonstration, and I just think that is inevitable. We're going to see that happen because they're looking for opportunities. They never cease to look for opportunities, any excuses they can find.
We saw the Canadian government and some state governments here in the U.S., like California, shut down churches during the pandemic, and many Christians complained they felt like they were in China because this is what the communists do to unregistered churches there. So how likely do you think it is that we may see more anti-Christian actions in the days ahead, and why Christians?
Yeah, because Christianity is the real threat to Marxism. The only thing as my understanding goes, the real threat to communism and Marxism is Christianity. That's why they think, or they regard Christianity their number one enemy. The reason they could do all this indoctrination is because they have been undermining Christianity for decades. And now, not only that, Christianity has been weakened. Many young people do not go to church. They do not believe in anything. But at the same time, so many churches have been infiltrated. They become woke churches. You go around, you will see that so many churches has pro-BMM and pro-transgender ideology, and now probably pro-Hamas flags or sign outside the church. The church has been compromised. That is the goal. When you take a religion away and people do not have their moral compass, and that's why they go by the ideology of Marxism, called oppressors versus oppressed.
Okay, the book is Mao's America, A Survivor's Warning. C. Van Fleet, thank you for sharing your time and insights.
Thank you so much for having me.